The DJI Action 2 just launched on 2nd November, so I was curious to know whether the redesign of the Osmo Action makes it any better of an action camera compared to the Hero 10 and Go 2. So I decided to head up north to Whidden Lake in Milton Keynes and put them to the test. In the first test, I mounted all 3 cameras on my chest mount and took them for a bike ride. It will be interesting to see the stabilization because my bike has no suspension whatsoever and the ground is really bumpy. I put all the cameras in auto exposure mode. I'm using what I think is the best color profile on each camera. The Go 2 is set to vivid color, the Hero 10 is set to flat color, so I slightly boost the contrast and saturation in post, and the Action 2 is set to normal color. I was pretty surprised to see the bumps on the Hero 10 footage, which is almost non-existent on the Go 2 and Action 2. The Go 2 is recording at 2.7K 50 frames per second with flow state stabilization and 360-degree horizon leveling. The Hero 10 is recording at 5.3K 50 frames per second with hypersmooth stabilization in steady mode, and the Action 2 is recording at 4K 50 frames per second with rock steady stabilization. The Go 2 360-degree horizon leveling is keeping the footage nice and straight compared to the Hero 10 and Action 2. If you want 360-degree horizon leveling on the Hero 10, then you need to buy the Max Lens mod, which costs $100, but you can get up to 45-degree horizon leveling with no crop in 4K 50 and 5.3K 25 frames per second mode. The Action 2 has 360-degree horizon leveling in 2.7K resolution up to 60 frames per second, but it does crop in the field of view. So overall, I think the Go 2 has the best combination of field of view and stabilization. The Go 2 and Action 2 both have a sticky mount, so you can stick your camera onto any smooth surface. This is a really cool accessory because it allows you to set up your camera really quickly and get unique shots. I set all 3 cameras to record a time lapse for 20 minutes at a 5-second interval using automatic settings, and this is the result. I think the Hero 10 has the nicest look in video overall. I like how you can set low sharpness in the settings, which makes the video look less digital and more cinematic. For the low light test, I walked into a dark tunnel with all the cameras on auto exposure mode. I think the Go 2 is showing the best exposure and stabilization in low light. There is less micro jitters and blur in the Go 2 footage compared to the Hero 10 and Action 2. To test slow motion, I mounted the cameras on my bike and cycled up to a flock of birds. All the cameras can shoot at 120 frames per second, but the Go 2 is limited to 1080p, and the Hero 10 and Action 2 can shoot 120 frames per second in 4K. I think overall the Hero 10 is a clear winner for smooth slow motion footage. This is a sound quality test between the GoPro Hero 10, the Insta360 Go 2 and the DJI Action 2. On the Hero 10 there are 2 internal microphones and wind noise reduction is turned on. You can add an external microphone if you buy the Media Mod, which costs $80, and it has a 3.5mm jack, so you can plug in an external microphone like the Rode Wireless Go. On the Insta360 Go 2 there is only 1 microphone, wind noise reduction is turned on, and there is no way to add an external microphone. On the DJI Action 2 there is 1 microphone on the camera module and 3 microphones on the front touchscreen module. So altogether there are 4 microphones. Wind noise reduction is turned on, and I've set it to front facing microphone mode, so it's going to eliminate the distraction and noise from the side and back of the camera and just focus on my voice. You can also add an external microphone, DJI's own wireless microphone kit, which costs $329. Inside the Go 2 box, you literally get everything you need to start making videos straight away. You get the Go 2 with built-in storage. You get the charging case, which will charge your Go 2 on the go. And it has fold-out tripod legs, so you can stand it on the table. And on the bottom of the charging case is a 1/4" 20 thread, so you can mount the Go 2 on a tripod or monopod. The magnet pendant is a chest mount for your Go 2, which will give you the floating camera effect. The Easy Clip is a hat mount, which will give you a really cool first-person view shot without the bolt. The pivot stand is a sticky mount, which will let you mount the Go 2 on any smooth surface to get really cool angles. And you also get the USB-C cable and a quick start guide. In the Hero 10 box, you get a carrying case, quick start guide, the Hero 10 itself, replaceable battery, mounting clip, thumb screw, flat adhesive mount, and USB-C cable. The other accessories like the head mount, chest mount and micro SD card are all extras you need to buy yourself. In the Action 2 box, specifically the dual screen combo, which is the more expensive one, you have the camera module which has 22.4 gig of built-in storage, the front touchscreen module, the magnetic lanyard so you can mount the Action 2 on your chest, and it comes in 2 pieces, the magnetic ball joint adapter, which is a sticky mount for your Action 2 so you can mount it on any smooth surface, the magnetic mount adapter so you can mount your Action 2 on your GoPro accessories. You also get a USB-C cable and a quick start guide. The Hero 10 and the Go 2 both come with lens guards pre-installed, and you can change them if you break them, but the Action 2 doesn't come with a lens guard, so if you break this glass then you'll have to change the camera module altogether. The Hero 10 is the only camera to have a hydrophobic lens, so when water droplets hits the camera lens, it should just wipe off really easily. The Go 2 has a built-in battery and so does the charging case. When you use the Go 2 by itself and press record over here, then the battery will last around 20 minutes. When the Go 2 is in the charging case and you press record over here, then the battery will last around 110 minutes. When the Go 2 is in the charging case, it will take around 35 minutes to fully charge the Go 2, and to fully charge the charging case, it will take around 65 minutes. The Hero 10 has a replaceable battery which will last up to 60 minutes and it will take 100 minutes to fully charge. With the Action 2, the camera module has a built-in battery which will last up to 50 minutes, and the front touchscreen module also has a built-in battery, and when the two modules are connected together, you'll get around 110 minutes of battery life, and it will take around 90 minutes to fully charge both modules. The design of the Go 2 is really cool because with the Go 2 in the charging case, I can hold the charging case like a selfie stick and use it to record myself. I can take the Go 2 out the charging case, press record in the charging case and remotely start recording on the Go 2, which is really cool. And I can quickly change between accessories, so go from a chest mount to a head mount to the pivot stand, all within a matter of seconds. The back of the Go 2 is magnetic, so you can mount it onto magnetic surfaces. The Hero 10 is an all-in-one action camera, and it has the classic GoPro finger mount, which is the safest way to mount your action camera, but it's also the slowest way to change between a head mount and a chest mount, and these mounts also take up a lot of space in your backpack. The Action 2 mounting system provides convenience and safety, so when you mount the Action 2 onto a mount, it will magnetically stay in place, and there are also clips on the side which will prevent you from tugging the camera off the mount. To release the camera from the mount, you press down on the two clips on either side of the camera and tug the camera off the mount. And this provides the best of both worlds between convenience and safety. You can attach this little magnetic piece on the bottom of your Action 2 to stick it onto any magnetic surface, just like the Go 2. The Go 2 doesn't have a touch screen, but there is a little screen so you can change modes and settings. The Hero 10 has a large touch screen on the back so you can change modes and settings, and there's also a front-facing screen so you can see what you're filming in the selfie view. The camera module on the Action 2 has a touch screen on the back, and the front touchscreen module will give you a front-facing screen when you connect it to the camera module, and these touchscreens are exactly the same, providing the same functionality. Here's a quick comparison between the Go 2 magnetic pendant and the Action 2 magnetic lanyard. So with the Go 2, it just snaps onto the magnetic pendant, and then you press the button here to start a video recording. With the Action 2, you need to mount this little magnetic piece onto the bottom of the Action 2, and then the Action 2 will snap on upside down onto the magnetic lanyard. You first need to turn on the Action 2 by pressing the on button, which is now facing away from you. Then once the Action 2 is on, you can tap the button again to start a recording. The Go 2 is waterproof up to 4 meters without a case, and with a case it is waterproof up to 45 meters. The case costs $39. The charging case is not waterproof whatsoever, so you need to make sure the Go 2 is dry before you put it back in the charging case. Without a case, the Hero 10 is waterproof up to 10 meters, and with a case, the Hero 10 is waterproof up to 60 meters. The case costs $50. The Action 2 camera module is waterproof up to 10 meters. The front touchscreen module is not waterproof whatsoever, and it's not waterproof when the camera module and front touchscreen module is connected together, if you get a waterproof case for the camera module and front touchscreen module, then it is waterproof up to 60 meters, and that case costs $65. The Hero 10 is the only camera which gives you GPS data overlay, which you can add as stickers in the GoPro Quick app. The Hero 10 and Action 2 can be used as a webcam and for live streaming, but the Go 2 can't. There are two versions of the Go 2, the 32 gig version, which has 28 gig of usable storage, which will give you around 45 minutes of video, and the 64 gig version, which will give you 57 gig of usable storage and around 90 minutes of video. The Hero 10 takes in micro SD cards, so you can put any storage of your choice, 128 gig, 256, or even higher, so you can record hours and hours of video. Storage on the Action 2 is a little bit more complicated. So on the camera module, you have 32 gig of internal storage, but only 22.4 gig is actually usable. On the front touchscreen unit, there is a micro SD card slot, so you can put in 128 gig card or 256 card. When the 22.4 gig internal storage eventually fills up, you need to connect it to the front touchscreen module and send the files from the internal storage of the camera module to the micro SD card in the front touchscreen module. Now this process takes a very long time, so DJI really need to issue a new firmware update fast, which will speed up the file transfer times so you're spending less time waiting around for files to transfer and spend more time having fun with your Action 2 instead. The Go 2 takes 9 megapixel photos in standard and raw photo mode. The Hero 10 takes 23 megapixel photos in standard, raw, live and super photo mode. And the Action 2 takes 12 megapixel photos in standard and raw photo mode. If you prefer to edit your videos on the desktop, then you can drag and drop the Hero 10 and Action 2 files directly into any video editor of your choice. You can drag and drop your Go 2 footage directly into Premiere Pro if you have Insta360 Studio installed, or if you film in normal video mode, but then you will lose horizon leveling. If you want to edit your Go 2 footage in another video editor, then your workflow will be a little bit different. So you need to put your Go 2 footage into Insta360 Studio first, and here you can choose whether you want to turn on or off flow state stabilization, whether you want your field of view to be ultra wide or linear. So you can change all these settings in post, which you cannot do with the Hero 10 in Action 2, at the expense of an extra step in post. So once you process your files via Insta360 Studio and exported them, you can then import these files into your favorite video editor of your choice. The Insta360 app has the fastest workflow to get your footage onto social media. You don't need to download the files from the camera to your phone. You can edit on the fly, export the video to your phone and upload it onto social media. I also like being able to change the aspect ratio at the tap of a button. But with the Hero 10 in Action 2, you do need to download the files to your phone, then edit your video, export the video to your phone, and then upload it onto social media. Currently with the DJI Mimo app, I am experiencing very slow file transfer times. When you use the story editor in the Mimo app, I can only export a video up to 1080p. In the GoPro app, I can export a video up to 4K, and in the Insta360 app, I can export my Go 2 videos up to 2.7K. Overall, this is what I think. The Go 2 is the most beginner friendly, has the best stabilization, best value for money, and the most fun action camera I have ever used. The Hero 10 has the best video quality in terms of resolution and frame rate. It's the only camera which can record GPS data, and it's the best for those who like to do water sports. Right now, I have mixed feelings about the Action 2. I really like the touchscreen in a compact form factor. In bright sunlight, the OLED screen makes it easy to frame my shots and play back my footage. The Action 2 has the best sound quality I've ever heard from any internal microphone of an action camera, but the file transfer times from module to module and module to phone is just too slow. So it's going to take a long time to get your footage on social media. The firmware feels like beta to me, so I would personally wait a few months for the firmware to improve so DJI can address these issues and make the Action 2 more fun to use. That's it for this video. Hit the like button if you learned something new, subscribe to learn more, and I'll see you in the next video.